Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work, and I mean it really doesn't work, so thank you all for subscribing. You know, I'm here in my man cave here on Father's Day, but it's all good because I love being out here. I love working on furniture and cabinets and things like that, so for me, it's a labor of love. Um, and I can't wait till the season gets here. This is me getting ready for the season because I've been working on the outdoor deck area, seating area. This is actually going to be a cabinet. I'm going to take the TV that's on the inside, the old 50-inch one, and put it outside in a cabinet so that when we're sitting at the sectional with the fire going, we can watch TV out there as well. In fact, if we happen to have some rowdy fans that I don't like, we can always kick them outside and things. So I'm getting ready for the season. And I can't wait to have my boys over for games so we can talk about, a victory or 12. Sit out there, smoke a cigar, sit around the fire pit, watch the highlights on the TV and stuff. And that's what football's all about for me. Now, as we get ready for the season, football is crazy because a lot of times it's not the teams that you expect or the players that you expect to do well. It's people that come out of left field. Let's be honest here. Eagle fans last year, this time, did not think the Eagles had a chance to finally win a Super Bowl. Let's be honest. And Eagle fans, be honest about that. It's guys that you least expect that step up. Guys that all of a sudden are given an opportunity that become great players. And you didn't realize, oh my God, that guy's really good. Where was he all that time? So when we have David Irving suspended for the first 4 games like he did last year, when he came in, 7 sacks in 8 games, you can't argue with. So you don't cut that guy. But what it does do is it gives some other guys opportunities. And sometimes you have an injury at the perfect time. Let's take 2016. And no, I'm not talking about Tony Romo's injury that ended up making Dak Prescott. It was actually Kellen Moore's injury that made Dak Prescott. And I'm not wishing injury on anybody. But here's the thing. If Kellen Moore didn't break his ankle when he did, Dak Prescott would have still been the 3rd string quarterback. He wouldn't have gotten hardly any reps and stuff in training camp. And had Kellen Moore had to take over for Tony Romo and then fall on his face, Dak Prescott would have come in without having the amount of work behind him that he did. Make no mistake about it, Tony Romo's injury history helped as well. Because Tony Romo, being the veteran who didn't have to practice as much, that's right, we're talking about practice. Not a game now, not a game, we're talking about practice. Because Tony Romo always had a day off every week. That meant that Dak Prescott started working with the first team. And because Tony Romo, being the veteran, didn't play a lot in preseason, that meant it was more valuable time for Dak. And Dak, once he was all of a sudden given the car keys to start the season, not knowing he was going into the season to be the starter, ended up playing pretty well because he had the opportunities. Now, because David Irving is going to be sitting those first 4 games, it's going to give other guys opportunities. And you could definitely say, he played a lot of tackle. He's really a defensive end in my mind, but he played a lot of tackle and played well at times at tackle. But you got a guy like Tyrone Crawford who plays tackle as well as defensive end. That means he's going to be getting some extra time, which means you start looking at different combinations. So maybe you bring Tyrone Crawford down at tackle, and maybe you play Taco more at defensive end. He gets more experience behind him. And then you now look at Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory may benefit the most from this if he's reinstated by the NFL. Because now that means he can really get more reps and stuff in there in training camp, more reps and stuff in the start the season, and maybe even more game reps. So maybe he gets up to speed a little bit quicker. And because you start thinking about, okay, is David Irving a guy that we're going to be able to count on long term? You start looking at the other guys differently and start using them more. Your Jahid Wards, that guy's going to end up getting more. Your Deontay Jones. All of a sudden, when you least expect it, somebody will step up. Think about it this time last year, what a lot of people were saying about DeMarcus Lawrence. A lot of people were saying kind of like they were about Taco. He's a bust. This is a make or break year for him. But he might not even be a star. He might not even make the team. Coming off back surgery, 1 sack? Oh, who? But you look what happened. There was a void and he filled it. So it may be better, I know it's going to sound crazy, for the long term for the Dallas Cowboys for this season. You get a lot of guys early, and I know it's going to be rough because we got Cam the first game of the season. And then we're playing the stinking Giants with Barkley, which is going to be chasing down. You know they're going to be running him heavy. And then you've got Russell Wilson. So we're going to be against the wall. Believe me, we're going to be against the wall with these guys. But come week 5, we end up getting infusion of David Irving. Get some of these other guys a breather. And gives us a boost going towards the end of the season and an extra guy in the rotation. So in the end, the Cowboys could possibly benefit from David Irving, who'll come back in week 5, want to make up for the time that he lost and want to make a name for himself because he knows that this is a contract year. It may end up being better for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll have to wait and see. So I got the TV cabinet I got to go ahead and get built. So I'm about to use a saw and get building. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joby Sports Report. That's you guys. You know it doesn't work. I'll see you soon.